start today's class. Okay, students. Good morning to all of you. So yesterday we have discussed about SHM, simple harmonic motions. So what is the equation for simple harmonic motion, Anna? Yes, we got acceleration. A acceleration proportional to minus x. Okay, this is the required equation for simple harmonic motion, Anna. So see, if you take the equation that is displacement x from a main position is x is equal to a sine omega t plus 5. If this equation represents displacement of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. From main position. Okay. Now in this yesterday we have derived a few equations. No, yes, let us derive it one more time. Okay. Yes, the derivations are very important. And see, uh, we know velocity v is equal to velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion is v is equal to dv by dt. We know, sorry, dx by dt. You know, correct? Yes, that means d by dt of a sine omega t plus 5. Okay, na? Yes. Okay, that means v will be equal to a will be common, na, constant amplitude. Okay, and d by dt of sine is nothing but cos omega t plus 5 into omega. You'll get, because one more function it is having omega t, that's why. So you'll get v is equal to a omega cos omega t plus 5. Okay, this equation, just remember, I'll come back to this equation I said. Okay, now we know acceleration. We know acceleration a is equal to dv by dt, correct? Yes, that is nothing but d by dt of a omega cos omega t plus 5, correct? Yes, that means acceleration of a particle is a and omega are constant. d by dt of cos is minus sine omega t plus 5. Okay, into again function is there omega, you'll get. That means acceleration can be written as minus, this will come out a omega square sine omega t plus 5. Okay, yes, that means it can be written as a is equal to minus omega square a sine omega t plus 5. Okay, yes, now this can be written as a is equal to minus omega square x. Can we write? Yes, because x is nothing but a sine omega t plus 5. I told you already, correct? Yes. Okay, this is the acceleration of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. So in simple harmonic motion, means if for example if a particle is executing SHM in SHM in SHM simple harmonic motion, what will happen? See, let us imagine this is a simple pendulum bob. Okay, now if you oscillate it, means if you extend it to this extreme position like this, this is a extreme position we call, this is mean position, and this is one more extreme position. Okay, this is one more extreme position, means this particle will oscillate to and fro about its mean position. This negative sign indicates acceleration is always towards the mean position. Clear? Okay. Yeah. This equation also you need to remember, Nana. This equation also you need to remember. Okay. So if a particle, if anything is executing simple harmonic motion, that simple harmonic motion displacement means if a particle is executing simple harmonic motion like this, let us suppose if a particle is executing simple harmonic motion like this, okay, this is displacement of a particle and this is the time. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, now these particles, what is happening, there's so many particles are there in this. These particles, they are vibrating to and fro about this mean position. Means this horizontal line is there, no. This is the mean position line, and about that mean position, this particle is are vibrating. Means displacement of a particle from a mean position x is given as x is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. This phi indicates initial phase. Means initially, if it is starting from here, it will be 0. Phi will be 0. If it is starting from somewhere else, means for example, if the wave is like this, then its initial phase is something angle is there, some radians are there. That is the meaning. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. Clear? Okay. Yes. Now the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion is given as velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion is nothing but a omega cos omega t. I have given, correct? Okay. Now see, we know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, correct? Then cos square theta is equal to what, Nana? 1 minus sine square theta, correct? And cos theta is what, Nana? Under root of 1 minus sine square theta, correct? Yes. Now if we replace theta with omega t, we'll get cos omega t is equal to under root of 1 minus sine square omega t. Yes or no? Yes. Now substitute this value in v is equal to a omega cos omega t. What you will get? See there. What you will get? You will get v is equal to a omega cos omega t is under root of 1 minus sine square omega t. Correct? Yes. Now, as we know, x is equal to a sine omega t when phi is equal to 0, then sine omega t is what, Nana? X by a, correct? Then what will happen to v value? V is equal to a omega under root of 1 minus sine square omega t, means x by a whole square. Getting, no, all of you? Yeah, Rani, understanding, no? Yes, means it will become v is equal to a omega under root of 1 minus x square by a square. Yes. Now still it can be written as v is equal to a omega under root of a square minus x square by I'll write inside only, by a square. Correct? Yes. Means it will become v is equal to a omega under root of a square minus x square divided by a. This a cancel. Yes. Finally, you'll get velocity. V is equal to omega under root of a square minus x square. Very important result. You need to remember this. Okay, na students? Okay. Yes. This derivation means I am deriving expression for velocity and acceleration. Just one general thing I am giving you. Okay. Yes. Now, therefore, uh, displacement of a particle is given as x is equal to a sine omega t. Okay. And velocity of a particle is given as v is equal to omega under root of a square minus x square. And acceleration is given as minus omega square x. Here minus indicates acceleration and displacement are always in opposite direction. Acceleration and displacement are always in opposite direction. Okay, that means you take simple pendulum and pendulum bob is here. Okay, if you displace it by some angle like this, if you displace it by some angle, then this bob try to go this side, means always this displacement is acceleration is towards the mean position like this, means it will try to oscillate towards the mean position. This side if you extend, again it will try to go this side. Okay, clear? Acceleration displacement are always in opposite direction, that is the meaning. Okay, now, okay, now for example, if you take when particle is at a mean position, when the particle is at mean position, mean position means displacement will be zero. Clear? No displacement means where it is, it will be there only. Means you can imagine this one with the spring block system also. See a spring block system, you know very well this one. Spring block system, you take, there is a spring, okay, and block is attached to this having mass m. This we call it as mean position. Okay, if you extend it by some distance, okay, and release it, this is called as extreme position. Then what will happen now? It will go this side and it will go this side and it will return like this. So it will move continuously, to and fro motion it will do. It will do like this, to and fro motion. It will come here also. Again it will oscillate. Yes or no? Okay. Now here mean position displacement is zero. Whereas at extreme position displacement will be called as amplitude, maximum displacement. Clear? Yes. Now when the particle is at mean position, displacement is however zero, then what will be velocity, Nana? Then velocity will be omega into under root of a square minus 0, x is 0, means velocity will become a omega, means at mean position velocity will be maximum, and the maximum value of velocity is a omega. Very important point. So when a particle is executing SHM, simple harmonic motion, about a mean position, at mean position, its velocity will be maximum. How much maximum velocity it will have? That is nothing but a omega. Clear? And what will be the acceleration? See acceleration. Acceleration a is equal to minus omega square into x is 0. Means acceleration is 0. That is minimum. Okay. Whereas if you take at extreme position, if you take at extreme position, at extreme position, if you take extreme position means this point you see, this point means here, extreme position. Displacement will become maximum amplitude. Okay, that means x will be a. Then what will happen to velocity, Nana? Velocity will become v is equal to omega under root of a square minus x square. Correct? Yes. Substitute in the place of x, substitute a, you will get v is equal to omega into under root of a square minus a square. So velocity will become 0. Minimum velocity. Clear? What about acceleration? We know acceleration is equal to minus omega square x. Since x is equal to a, so acceleration will become minus omega square a. Okay. Magnitude of acceleration is a omega square. We can say this is maximum. That means when a particle is executing simple harmonic motion, when a particle is executing simple harmonic motion, then that particle will have maximum velocity when it is at mean position and minimum velocity when it is at extreme position. And the particle will have maximum acceleration at extreme position, minimum acceleration at mean position. Means, for example, you take this is the mean position and this is one of the extreme position. This is another extreme position. Let us suppose. Okay, particle is executing simple harmonic motion like this. It is going this side, again turning back, again turning back like this. Let us suppose the particle is executing simple harmonic motion like this. Then see, as here, this is the mean position. Here, what will be there, Nana? What will be there? Velocity will be 0, whereas acceleration is max. Sorry, velocity will be maximum. Velocity will be maximum. How much it is? A omega. Whereas acceleration will be 0. Whereas at extreme position, if you take, velocity will be 0. Whereas acceleration will be a omega square. Okay, na? Here also, velocity will be 0 and acceleration will be a omega square. Clear? Now, if a particle executing simple harmonic motion, if it moves from mean position to extreme position, if it is going like this, what happened to its velocity? Velocity decreases. When it will reaches the extreme position, it will stop. Means velocity is decreasing. At the same time, acceleration is increasing. Whereas when it is coming back from extreme position to mean position, velocity is increasing, but acceleration is decreasing. Acceleration will become 0 at mean position. I hope you are understanding clearly. Yes or no, students? These equations you need to remember. What will be the velocity? What will be the acceleration? At any position we can find. Clear? Any doubt in this? Shall I proceed? These all I'll share again. Hmm? I'm not getting any response from you. What to do? Wherever I have written bracket, very important, you need to remember. Okay, now see, we need to derive time period for simple harmonic motion. Huh? Two derivations are there. Two derivations are important for your board exam. For final exam also, you may expect that question. Okay, so before going to that question, let us discuss one more important point. See, for example, if I'll come to this diagram. Arrow mark, can you see arrow mark? See this arrow mark, can you see now on that screen? Yeah. Now, see, this particle is moving from mean position and it is going to extreme position. Again, coming to mean position, going to extreme position, coming to mean position. So for this round trip, how much time it will take? That will be called as time period. Time taken for a particle to complete one complete oscillation. It's called as time period. Correct? Yes. Yes or no? Starting from here, if a particle is going to extreme position, coming back to one more extreme position, coming back to mean position. For this complete cycle, how much time a particle will take? The time is called as total time period. Now, for a particle to move from here, going to extreme position, coming back to extreme position, this will be nothing but half of the time period. Whereas from here to here going means it will be half of time period means t by 4. This is also t by 4. Again, this is t by 4. Again, this is t by 4. Total, are you getting? Means if a particle moves from mean position to extreme position, then time it will take will be t by 4. Extreme position to mean position also t by 4. Like that 4 t by 4s are there. Total is t. Okay na? Clear? Okay. Now, sometimes see, sometimes you may get questions like this. Sometimes, let us imagine this is the mean position. This is the extreme position. Means here x is equal to a, here x is equal to 0. If a particle is moving from here to here, particle is moving from here to here, how much time it will take? T by 4. Moving from here to here, how much time it will take? Again t by 4. Yes. Now if a particle is not moving to x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a, it is going to somewhere else here. X by 2. Sorry, x is equal to a by 2 only. Let us suppose if a particle is moving from x is equal to a by 2 up to a by 2, then how much time it will take? This sometimes they may ask objective question. How to solve this? A simple technique. See here, displacement of a particle is given by x is equal to a sine omega t. Correct? A sine omega t. Then what is sine omega t, Nana? Sine omega t is equal to x by a. Correct? Yes. Now omega t is equal to what? Sine inverse of x by a. Are you getting? Yes. Now, what is omega? Omega is nothing but 2 pi by t. Okay. And 2 pi by t into small t is equal to sine inverse of x by a, then time it will be equal to t will be equal to t by 2 pi into sine inverse of x by a. Okay, remember this point. Now let us go to that question. If a particle is moving from particle moving from x is equal to 0 means mean position to x is equal to half of the amplitude, then what is the time it will take? Let us find how much time it will take. Simply substitute x is equal to a by 2. You will get t is equal to t by 2 pi sine inverse of a by 2 divided by a. Correct? Yes. So time you will get t is equal to t divided by 2 pi sine inverse of 1 by 2. Yes or no? Yes. T is equal to t by 2 pi sine inverse of 1 by 2 means how much now? 30 degrees, no? Sine 30 is 1 by 2, no? Yes. 30 degrees right in terms of radians means pi by 6. Correct. Sine inverse of 1 by 2 is nothing but 30 degrees. 30 degrees is nothing but pi by 6. Means what I am saying is, see, particle is there. This particle is moving from mean position to extreme position. How much time it will take? T by 4 time it will take, you know. Mean position, extreme position, again extreme position, again mean position. T, mean position to extreme position, mean position. T by 2. Mean position to extreme position is T by 4. But my question is, how much time a particle will take to move from mean position to x is equal to a by 2? For that, this whole thing I have given. This you remember, you will get the answer easily. Okay. Yes. Now pi cancel. You will get t is equal to t by 12. This much time it will take. Okay. Sometimes they may ask you question, how much time a particle will take to move from a by 2 to a? Means here see, from here to here, to move from a by 2 to a, how much time it will take? They may ask you. A by 2 to a, how much time it will take? From this total time, if you subtract this one, you will get the answer. Find time taken by a particle to move from x is equal to a by 2 to x is equal to a. This is the question. How to answer this? Simple technique. Simple technique. Mean position, extreme position. X is equal to 0, x is equal to a. This is x is equal to a by 2, let us suppose. You know, this total time is t by 4. Just now I have derived this time is t by 12. Okay, then what will be this time? This time will be nothing but t by 4 minus t by 12. That's it. Okay, clear? Yes, that means your answer will be t by 4 minus t by 12. That means LCM is 12, correct? Yes. 4 3 is 12 means 3t minus t. That means 2t by 12. That is nothing but t by 6. This much time it will take for a particle to move from x is equal to a by 2 to x is equal to a. Clear, students? How many of you understood this one? Good. Now you find one question I'll give you. Now you find, I am writing question, Anna. You try to find the answer for that. Yes. Question I am giving you. Find the time taken by a particle to move from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a by root 2. Find out. No, it is visible. No. Can you solve? Vibha, Vaibhav. Tomorrow I'll give you one short trick for this type of questions to solve. One short trick I'll give you, and it is subjective matter also. Okay. Full question is there. Full question is there in this. Find time taken by a particle to move from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a by 2. We know x is equal to t by 2 pi sine inverse of x by a. T by 8. Initial is giving t by 8. Yes. Let us check. So x is equal to t by 2 pi sine inverse of a by root 2 by a. A cancel. Correct. You will get x is equal to, sorry, these are t, no? T is equal to t by 2 pi sine inverse of 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 means 45, correct? 45 degrees. Yes. 45 degrees. Okay. 45 degrees. How to write in radians? 45 degrees. How to write in radians? Pi by 2 is 90. Pi by 4, correct? Yes. Pi by 4.